Hey, and we're on. That is going in the video no matter what. That was freaking awesome. Okay, so yeah. There's a reason why I'm holding this up. Well, let me back up here. Gosh, I'm like right up in your face right now. Anyways, yeah, there's a reason why I'm holding this up. Simply because you've read the title. This is a Walking Dead review. This is something new I've been thinking about doing. So, yeah. Yeah, this is a pop toy. They're freaking awesome. Put that there for now. That's what fell away, is a bunch of other pop toys. So, basically, there's a review. It's just a new thing I'm going to be doing. Like, this one's The Walking Dead. The next day will be Once Upon a Time. The next day is The Flash. And, well, next day is Gotham, then The Flash, and then The Arrow. So, 5 days a week, constantly reviewing each TV show. Eventually, when Game of Thrones comes back on, that won't be happening. It may not do it every week too. So it depends on it. Basically, yeah. The reason I decided to start, I had this plan of doing it anyways, but I feel like this is the best time to start. Okay, so right now, if you haven't watched Season 6, Episode 3 of The Walking Dead, click away. Spoilers ahead. Do not watch this video if you have not seen Season 6, Episode 3. I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I suppose you've clicked away if you haven't seen The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 3. Anyways, I keep repeating myself. Basically, yeah. Glenn. What happened there? I don't know, I was a little bit in denial. Quoting the Talking Dead a little bit. The Talking Dead kind of talked about how Yvette, the chick named Yvette was on there, and she was talking about how she was in denial on how the dude fell around. It was one of the two people. I think it was either Yvette or the other person. They were talking about how the dude, Nicholas, fell on Glenn, so maybe it was Nicholas's guts. I kind of want to say that. But sadly enough, I actually think Glenn is dead. The show's been foreshadowing Glenn's death since pretty much the end of Season 4. One of the first foreshadows was when Glenn was with Maggie in the tunnel with the campfire, and he held this photo, and the photo was talking, and then Maggie goes, "What's that?" And Maggie goes, "Well, you don't need this." And Glenn goes, "It's a photo of you." And Maggie's like, "We're not going to need this anymore." And she threw it in the fire. So that was kind of like, I mean, from all the way there. And then, so I actually was kind of prepared for Glenn to die. I didn't want him to, but I was kind of prepared for it. Unlike Beth when she died. Good freaking gosh. Right? And so, basically, what I've also found is that there's also like Easter eggs in every single episode. Like, for example, Herschel. Herschel was, he wasn't a doctor, but he was a veterinarian. Veterinarian, is it the word? Veterinarian? Something like that. But in the prison, people were getting sick, so him, Glenn, and I think Sasha were the ones that helped the people cure and whatnot. Well, Beth was taken away, but she was in a hospital. The whole entire first half of the season was like an Easter egg. Kind of foreshadowing, okay, let's looking back at Herschel, like Herschel's dead, and that whole scenario, and blah, 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 and Beth, she died. If you think about it, this episode, Dell's camper was in it a whole bunch. If you remember right from like Season 1 or 2, Glenn and Dell were getting along so well. And Dell's camper was in the first like episode or whatever, but it was a lot. Rick was using it the whole entire time. And so when Glenn died, that was pretty much the Easter egg, and then Glenn died. And then also, if you think about it, Rick can't get the camper to start anymore. Well, other than the logical reason that bullets are being fired at the console. Other than that, the gun is not working anymore. So, well, the camper is not working anymore. So, you see what I mean? It was been kind of foreshadowed for a while, and then finally it just happened, which I wish it didn't. But I mean, no one's safe in The Walking Dead. Honestly, no one is safe, and well, except for Daryl, because if they lose Daryl, is I mean, the Daryl we riot stuff, and I'm pretty sure that they lose Daryl, the show's over. Don't take me quoted on that, but if that's pretty sure about that. They already took a big step losing Beth and losing Glenn, so that's two of the main characters from the first 2 seasons that everyone just loved. I mean, we even lost Herschel before this, so all 3 of those characters were just big characters. What I've realized is that also there's another thing with, if you look at Maggie, for example, this. No one's going to know that Glenn is dead. If he is dead. Let's say that. No one knows that Glenn's dead. So I feel bad for Maggie, because at least she knows everyone that she's related to is dead. But she'll never know if Glenn is. And that just kind of like, at first I was like, okay, he's dead. I mean, it upset me a little bit, but it was like, it doesn't matter. We kind of had that, well, it does matter, but we kind of had that foreshadowed. And then I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, no one's going to know. He's basically food. Did you see how many zombies were in that herd? Like, holy shamoles. Like, I mean, seriously.